Welcome everybody to we've got some canceled news today. But episode 29. Thank you all for tuning. Thank you for all being here. And you know what? You were right. We were kind of tame last episode, Nerdwire.
Were we?
We were kind of tame.
We were tame.
I was thinking that there were quiet transitions. No one spoke. No one said any bad words. You know, the new Star Wars movie never came out. The Force, what was it? The Force Awakens. And then you had See You Next Tuesday previously, like the follow up to Friday. And then what else did we miss out? Like there were just no bad words.
There's a lot of stuff happening.
Now there's just. We're so clean now. Look at us. Going wholesome.
I know.
Yep.
I know. It feels strange.
Maybe we could do listen, if you guys haven't subbed over at the Patreon, the ladies had a ladies only episode and they dished on some blippy news. Some blippy news. And the reason I bring this up, you don't have to do that. Don't give me a look. Patreon, 3 tiers, more content, more often.
I'm like 10 seconds into a porn, you're like, Patreon. I'm like,
I'm sorry. You don't have to, listen. So, but he did the whole reverse going wholesome where he pooped all over his friend on some sort of have you not seen it? Have you not heard about it?
I know about it.
They dish on it over there. But he went wholesome after that. Now there's 3 of him.
I know there is.
We could do that.
3 blippies, eh?
I wouldn't mind a sub in for Nerdwire Plays today.
I thought there were 4 blippies, man. You being the unofficial.
Where's that?
I dyed my hair blue to get away from it.
Where's that Clayton Nerdwire? Where's he at?
That's what I'm asking about.
That's gonna make 2 people laugh. Nobody else is gonna get that. Anyway, thank you everybody for being here. I'm super stoked for episode 29. We're getting close to the big 3-0. This is my golden episode. This is the episode of the age that I am. So that what I'm saying. For now. But which
got 1 month left till elderly Eric shows up.
Don't tell me.
I can't wait.
My son's been getting out of bed every morning early. He's like, Dad, get up. And I'm like, Dad's old. Come on, man. I can't get up like I just just shoot up. Anyway, KB, how are you feeling, dude? What's going on in your neck of the woods? Let's hope your computer doesn't shut down today.
Well, besides computer issues, everything else has been kind of bland. You know what I mean? It's nothing real exciting. Just been, just streaming. Haven't really done anything for YouTube as of yet.
Nothing real exciting.
Yeah,
nothing. Didn't you have Domino's for dinner?
That's the wrong kind of exciting.
Tell us about that. Tell us about
a lot of people say Taco Bell is what gets the people moving. For me, it's Domino's or Arby's, and I'll tell you what.
What did you have from Domino's? What'd you?
Pepperoni. It's a so. Okay, let me as Amber Ladd would say, set the scene. So set the scene. There I am sitting on the couch. I go, babe, you want Domino's?
Babe.
She looks at me. She goes, I guess. And I said, all right, what do you want? So I ordered her pizza because it's $6.99 per medium pizza. So why not? So she got her barbecue chicken. I'm a sophisticated individual, so I said I'll take a pan pizza, one of their finest pan pizzas. Nice red sauce, all right, with a little cheese. Then you put pepperoni, sausage, jalapeno peppers.
Oh God!
Bacon.
And now the jalapeno business.
Let me tell you.
You dip it in ranch?
Of course. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I dip it in ranch?
I agree with KB. The ranch on pizza, A1 pizza topping.
Necessary.
So this is one of the many times that, or maybe one of the few times I'll probably agree with Nerdwire with something. So when you have mid-tier pizza, right? When you have that, like Domino's mid-tier pizza.
He's done.
He's done. and okay, so you have this mid-tier pizza What's the one thing that can bring it all back? Ranch, man. You dip it in ranch. It
Yeah.
masks that whatever the horrible sauce they put, whatever, moldy ass cheese they put on it. Dip it in ranch and it solves all the problems.
Get that Famunda cheese on that pizza.
You know what I'm saying, man? You know what I'm
You're
saying?
lucky I can't quit you, KB. You're lucky I can't quit you.
Well, I'm sorry. Don't worry, Ms. Nerdwallet, she'll cancel me. It's fine.
She would. She threatened at the beginning. Blue cheese has mold in it?
I saw a question on Twitter. Somebody, listen, this was a legit question. They said, is that like stuff in my blue cheese? Is that actual mold? Like, should I be eating it? And I'm like, be eating it. Like, do you not understand what blue cheese is?
They're good molds. They're bad molds.
Yeah.
Penicillin. Good mold. I want to know how many pieces of mold that guy had to consume before he discovered, this one helps me.
This one helps me. I mean, science, you know what I mean? Science.
Oh, yeah.
Trial and error.
Speaking of help, I need help.
Yeah? What do you need help with?
I'm sick.
Yep.
You don't say.
I feel like crud. I don't know if we mentioned it at the top of the actual show. We mentioned it during the pre-show. Yeah, let's beep out crud. Oh man, I missed it. Oh, but anyway, no, like I'm feeling shapoopy. Yeah. It's the only one you'll get.
Yep.
Oh, but how was the rest of your week, KB? Sorry, I didn't.
It was. I mean, it's just normal business as usual. Streaming. Trying to stream and having my PC decide, to boycott.
I felt so sorry for you, dude, because it's like Kitsune Bites is live. Come get some. I'm like, cool, I can actually tune in this time, and then it's just you this, like everything's not working.
Oh, dude, I had enough that night. I was like, I'm done, dude. I don't even care. No filters, no nothing, man. I was done. Just couldn't do it.
Felt sad for you.
I cannot have a camera full screen on my OBS. It just hangs my computer. So like I have to do some funky magic to get it to work to send to you for virtual cam.
Yeah.
Funky.
Like I don't know what else to do, man.
Buy a new PC. I think you're going to Best Buy and getting the Geek Squad to sort out a PC for you.
Yeah, the problem is
you don't even have to look at them. Like they just like show up in the night, dead of night. I am Geek Squad
in their Volkswagen Bug parked out front. I looked on Best Buy's website for like a pre-built PC, and they are like 2 to 3 weeks out. So I mean, it's not bad, but like, I don't know.
So you got to go to. Here's what you do: you go to newegg.com, you fill up your cart.
Oh no!
And then you stream yourself for 6 hours putting the PC together. That's what I did.
No, well, if I was swole enough to do that, I would.
Swole.
But I mean, I look swollen, not swole. So When Tim Allen saying Santa Claus, I got stung by a big bee, man.
Oh no!
Oh, we got voicemail today. We better play that soon.
Do we?
Listed.
I know this is brand new.
News to me.
Yeah, this is news to me too. I've just figured, I better open Skype here just in case. I don't even have Skype around. I feel like the show has just gone down. Like we're normally pretty professional and stuff, but like this is just so loosey goosey now. I don't know when this happened.
Loosey goosey. How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel all right? Is that why this is our last show?
This is why this is our last show, man. This is there's some things that are canceled. So I did one stream this week.
Did you?
I did one stream this week. However, I feel like I'm really into doing YouTube stuff now. Like I've had one YouTube video come out per week over the last 3 weeks, which has been really exciting. So I'm really feeling like hyped about YouTube and the growth potential for my channel that I've had since 2012. So I was 19 when I started that channel, and here I am.
I know. I could tell.
I know.
Little boy.
I still
look at him now.
He looks 21 right now.
I know. Isn't that cool?
He aged like a fine wine.
Youth.
Yeah.
Fountain of youth over
like
here.
blue cheese. There's some little mold in there, but it's still tasty. You know what I'm talking about?
I've aged like somebody's Mad Dog 2020 in the trunk of their car on a hot summer night.
So we had 5 great games to play on Steam Deck come out on my YouTube channel the other day, and Kitsune Bites was on the video, which was really cool. I was very stoked to have you on there, so I hope you got a few subs as a result. Did you like the Kitsune Bites Fox logo and the orange YouTube thing?
I did. That was
So
nice.
cool.
That was nice.
So
Yeah. I also thanks for having me on, man. It was a lot of
It's my
It's a lot
pleasure.
of fun trying to think of what to play because I've amassed one hell of a library on Steam. I went from 30 to 300 games, so it was
Jeez.
like really hard to kind of figure out what is the, you know what I mean, like the ultimate pick for it for me.
Yep.
But I liked yours, dude. Those were some solid titles.
You know what? I've got another one on the way too.
Oh no,
'Cause, why not? I love playing Steam Deck, and it's
Another Steam Deck?
you got another Steam Deck too, man? God,
You got 2 Steam Decks as well?
welcome to the club. Top 1%.
I know. But yeah, it's good because you can get all these like indie games that are just short experiences. Like I was playing Lunistus the other day. That's like
That's a good one.
that's an hour-long game. In my video, I featured Super Kiwi 64. You can play the entirety of that game in about 45 minutes. They're really cute pick up and play games that, like, if you need to kill an hour or something like that, let's just say you order Uber Eats and you want to do something that's just like a nothing game, but you still want to do something rather than doom scroll your phone. Play one of these, like, why not? That makes sense. In other news, I've been really excited to share this. I have switched to Yamaha drums for all my retro game remix stuff. So here we have, this is an absolute hybrid maple snare. Nobody's going to care about this. This is a maple snare with one black strip of wenge wood in between.
Wenge.
This is a nice. You know
Sounds
what?
exotic, dude.
This is a nice snare. You know how much I bought it for? $400. You know how much it is? Brand new, $900.
Damn,
Oh my god. My heart instrument prices I haven't looked at in years.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh.
I'll tell you what. I went to the music shop last week after the show, or no, a Tuesday.
Mhm.
By Tuesday, I mean Saturday. I don't know where I am, dude. I was looking at cymbals because I need to grab one more I need to grab a crash cymbal for my drum kit. Then I can start doing recordings and making vinyl records this year. Cymbals are like minimum $600-$700, and I was like, who the hell could afford that? I mean, eggs over there. My parents told me $20 a carton.
Yeah,
Oh
they're
my God.
ridiculous, man.
So
I haven't paid attention to the price of eggs.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Last time I looked, it was like $8.
That's why I'm glad I don't eat them. Saving money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Saving
But-
money. Buying 2 Steam Decks though.
Hey, now one of them's going to be for sale.
Where did
for
you get
somebody
it
out
from?
there.
Where did you? Okay, let's tell everybody. You got a second Steam Deck. Where did you get it from? Super Nintendo?
From Valve. No, I went on Valve and I ordered it on a Sunday and got it on a Thursday. What?
You're fucking lying.
Nah, dude, you want receipts?
Show me the receipt.
No, so there is an actual problem with Steam Decks that affect, like, it's a 50-50 shot. And what happens is you'll play a game, the game will freeze, it'll go black screen, then it'll come back, you'll only have sound, or it'll crash your whole system. And that is an issue with it's the chip that handles the power delivery to the GPU.
Okay, yeah.
And certain Steam Decks have that issue, some don't. There's like a reset you can do, or you can just RMA it and get a new one. I've been putting up with it for almost a year, and I said, you know what, I'm over it. It was starting to affect more games that I was playing, so I said, I'm just gonna get another one so I can still do streams, because RMA process is about a month.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, I'm just gonna get a new one, swap all my stuff over, send that one back.
Yeah.
Then when I get the new one in, sell that one, and then it's no harm, no foul.
Yeah, well, fair enough, dude. I think it works out in your favor too, because at the end of the day, you kind of get a brand new steamy.
I mean, it is also nice to just have 2 of these things. Like when Australia can't even get one, I got 2 of them. Like it does.
Australia can get one. I mean, I've been seeing them on the Facebook Marketplace here. People are asking like $1,400 for a 64 gig one.
Well, man, push comes to shove, you got a gold brick in your house.
It does. I would never sell it. If times are tough, I would This is very controversial, but I would sooner sell Earthbound than a Steam Deck.
Really?
Yep.
You like your Steam Deck that much, huh?
I love my Steam Deck. The Steam Deck just gives me infinite possibilities.
Mm-hmm. And you can take it to work. You can take Earthbound to work, but you can't play it.
You can.
I mean,
You can't get a Superboy.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, like if I needed to sell Earthbound right now for Australian dollars, I could probably sell it for $1,200 with the guide.
Yeah.
And that's like not even asking a whole lot. I mean, that's a lot of money, but I mean, that's the going rate for those. Anyway, let's tee up this voicemail.
Anyway.
I have no idea if it's going to come through the thing here, so we'll see how we go. I think I know who it's from, but let's quickly have a gander at what this voicemail is. Here it is.
Okay, so I've got another one for you, and it's been a hot minute, so this one's gonna be juicy. If you had the ability to pick any single-player video game experience or any multiplayer experience, which would you choose? Have fun.
You heard that all right? Okay.
I did.
So if you had to choose any single player experience or any multiplayer experience, what would you choose? That is a very broad question.
It is. It's a good thing I got one in the tank ready to go.
Let's hear it.
Last of Us. You know how I'd fix it? Wouldn't publish it. Throw it in the bin.
Oh my
Light it
God.
on fire.
I don't think that's the
how I would
question,
fix
KB.
it. That's how I'd fix it. No, I mean,
Like, yeah, you're giving hot takes.
no, dude. Single player experience, I would fix.
Jeez.
Single player experience, I would fix, dude. I would probably, I mean, right now, in like the Tomb Raider-y, Uncharted, like Jedi Fallen Order, you have like that, like that exploration, climbing, little bit of combat. I would probably remix that a little bit.
So wait, did he say fix?
I don't think he said fix. I think
thought
he
he
said
said fix.
if you could pick.
Oh, if you could
If I
pick.
could pick.
Yeah.
If you could pick any single player experience or any multiplayer experience. Is the way maybe I'm wrong.
I think it could be correct. Well, anyway, continue with your thought, KB.
So I would add just a little more. I feel like there's not enough puzzles in those games anymore, man. They were good back in the day. There's no more puzzles, man. Throw me some more puzzles. You know?
Fair enough.
I'm fair.
Like,
yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
You know?
If I could pick any specific multiplayer experience, I really, you know what? The thing that I really enjoyed as a youngling growing up, I really enjoyed Halo 2 multiplayer on the original Xbox when Xbox Live came out. That was a really great time to be playing, and I remember getting a headset and stuff like that. And I never talked, but I always listened to people talking smack. That was a good time to be playing games, and because I mean, boy, those chats were filthy. But it was funny to be a part of. I mean, that was a great time, and nobody had really played games like that. And Xbox Live in the early 2000s or mid 2000s was really like revolutionary for bringing people together and in some way, shape, or form. So that would be my multiplayer, and then just my go-to or whatever pick for a single player experience would be probably Final Fantasy VII, just as a default answer. So what would be yours?
Multiplayer experience, I'd say Gears of War.
Really?
Nice.
Specifically, I really enjoyed Gears of War 2 and Gears of War 3's multiplayer. Like, I loved that multiplayer. That was like my go-to. I got really, really good at that. Got into a competitive scene. Loved that game. Was blown away by that game. That was also like my very first mature title that I ever played too. So like that was like, blood, guts, gore. Let's chainsaw some people in half. Like it was a good time.
Yeah.
But single player experience, and it's the only thing that I ever get to experience. I've said it multiple times. I will keep saying it. Super Mario Brothers 3, like it is my go-to single player experience. I don't need to do 2 players. Like that's fine. I can do single player. Love that game for the rest of my life. Like it's great.
Nice. Good choice. KB, what's your multiplayer experience? What's
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart. There you go.
Hands down, Mario Kart.
Love it.
Only because it's the only game I'm like somewhat good at
Dude,
for online.
when you started coming to my game nights, I was like, why you have the gold crown so constantly? Like, why are you this good? Surely you're playing on your Steam Deck. Like, come on.
I've stayed
Mario
up
Kart
till
8
like,
demo on Steam Deck.
dude, there's been nights years ago I'd be up till 4 a.m. just playing Mario Kart from like 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. constantly with just bunch of randoms online, just trying to get in that top 5, man. Just to,
Yep. Well, here you go. I was in the top. I was in the top 5 for time trials for a little bit for when Mario Kart came out on the Wii U, and then they got rid of the ghosting thing or whatever the blue fire dash. I can't remember what the hell it's called, but
Snaking.
That was it. Yeah, when they canned the exploit there. I'm just trying to show off for my wife. It's fine. Let's head on over to our Newsbyte. We got a really fishy one for the first one up. Check this out. Check this out. You ever think you've gone onto a stream and you've had like errors and issues and stuff like that? This is beyond anything that I've ever seen before. So there are ways, for those who don't know, for your chat to control certain things, or like you can have what was it, like Ali90 was playing chat controlled Elden Ring.
Oh god.
I think 2 weeks ago or so. So I don't know how that works, and I don't know how you integrate a game into that. But some people have specifically, there is a streamer that's their thing is they have the pet fish control the game. So check this out.
That's amazing.
So YouTubers pet fish commit credit card fraud on stream. For about 2 hours, the fish took control. So during a 24/7 live stream, I'm sorry, I've got live stream on my brain because it's my shirt. Their fish were doing specific commands and somehow backed out of the game that they were playing and managed to charge the card on their Switch account for like, I don't know the specific amount, but like what happens here? I have video footage on the stream for those who are listening after the fact. So you can see their fish are like going on the screen with like the button commands and like up, down, down and stuff. So like they've been having their fish play Pokemon, right? And what happened is the game froze, as you can see here. The game was terminated due to an error, and the fish are free to do whatever they want. So the first thing they do, they go to the eShop.
Well, of course.
And they start buying things and charging this dude's card.
No.
So there they were, amazing. And like because this guy was away from the stream, he's like, "Oh, the fish can't do anything. Like this is just me making easy money here." No, see, look, the fish are in the eShop and they're buying things, and his credit card number was on stream, was exposed to the stream and everything.
That's amazing.
What do you think about that,
dude? Like, I don't know why he didn't password protect that stuff. Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Yeah, no, I live chat's asking the guy who wasn't watching. No, he left him unattended from what I understand.
He did.
He just straight up walked away, left out of the house, came back, was like, I will never financially recover from this.
He was getting emails saying that his card had been charged. So there you go.
It's amazing.
So like,
it's amazing.
Eventually, the owner or the streamer caught onto it and had to explain the situation to Nintendo customer support. He was quoted saying, "I'm very sorry, but is it possible to get a refund for items purchased in error by my pet fish?" They typed into the form with a link for the video evidence. It worked, and Nintendo refunded 500 yen, but unfortunately not the reward point.
Ah, well.
That's so funny.
His gold coins are gone. That's just like, I mean, how do you just go, yep, this, Pokemon's a good game. There's not going to be any issues. It won't freeze. Just let my fish play it. I'm just going to go to the grocery store. Like,
Sword and Shield, dude. I mean,
man.
Trash.
That's wild.
Who wants to take the next one? I know we talked a little bit about this last week.
I can or KB can, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I'll do it. I'll go for this one. So last week we were talking about Detective Pikachu, and according to IGN, Detective Pikachu 2 may still be in the works. So IGN reports here that the sequel was officially announced in 2019, months before Detective Pikachu even hit the theaters. However, there were no updates that signaled positive development after that with, let's see here. Looks like Justice Smith saying in a 2021 interview that I think we just kind of have to bury our hopes. I don't think it's going to happen. Yikes. Wow. Well, a spokesperson for Legendary, the studio behind Detective Pikachu, told Polygon that a sequel is still in active development. When reached by IGN, a Legendary spokesperson said they can only confirm that we are in active development as was reported by Polygon. Further details. I would love a Detective Pikachu sequel.
Same.
I know there's supposed to be another game, like a Detective Pikachu 2 game coming out or something like that.
I just don't know where they go from there, though. Like the end of the movie. Spoilers.
It was a great.
Close your ears.
Mm-hmm.
Close your ears. I've said it one more time. Close your ears. The end of the movie. Ryan Reynolds is revealed to be the Detective Pikachu's dad. Like he's there. He's his dad again. Like what do they do? Like I don't know. Do they just turn him back into Detective Pikachu? It's like, oh, I got to transform. We've got a mystery to solve.
Maybe. I mean,
unless they do like an alternate story of perhaps Pikachu getting shifted into Detective Pikachu, like with the other characters or something like that. I don't know. I think it was a really great one-off story, but I don't know how they go back to it. And I think that's probably where some of the trouble is for.
Just let him do Detective Pikachu Mystery Dungeon DX. Like,
yeah, that's what we want.
I'd be down for that.
For it. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're done. You can come back now, viewers. You can unplug your ears.
Come back.
Oh man.
Now, Nerdwire, I know you're stoked about this one, dude. I know you're stoked about this one.
Nintendo Direct. Rumors are circulating that we could be seeing one next week, as early as next week, the first one of 2023. They've normally presented one in February, pretty much every year. Oftentimes using the moment to shine a light on all the big new Nintendo Switch games releasing in the first half of the year. But the article kind of goes on to say, like, what are we really expecting beyond Kirby, Tears of the Kingdom, the sequel to Breath of the Wild? Possibly Advance Wars, which I'm hearing rumors that a certain North American video games retailer is starting to see flyers come into their stores for Advance Wars. So, like, I don't know, like, what they really have planned other than those, like, bigger titles. And even beyond that, like, there's even more rumors saying, like, there's nothing huge first party coming from Nintendo post Tears of the Kingdom. So I think it would be extremely interesting to see if they start teasing the next line of console based off of that.
I think so, and we discussed this the other day. By the other day, I mean 2 weeks ago. Once Zelda comes out, that's pretty much clean slate or Sheikah slate. For first party content, and I think bringing Advance Wars in, I mean, it's time. Come on, like I started seeing the rumors on Twitter the other day, and I was like stoked because it's like I wanted this game last year, and I have to wait till I'm 30 to play it. Like, come on, dude. Wow. So I'm looking forward to that. Because Fire Emblem Engage has been fine, but I feel like it hasn't really been scratching the tactics itch that I wanted it to. Like, it's fine. I'm on chapter 10. I'll continue to play it. But it's just not the tactics that I want right now. And I don't want to buy Tactics Ogre because I don't have the time for it.
I understand that.
But Tears of the Kingdom, man, like that's great. That's exciting. But I'm like, as Netta says in the chat, like I'm happy to just kind of wait. Like, I don't really want to see anymore. I want to go into that game like as blind as possible, really.
Yes.
There's nothing that I feel like Nintendo needs to announce or show off or showcase other than if they're going to show a new console and then somehow tie that, Tears of the Kingdom into the release for that.
There are a couple of things I would want, but I don't think that's happening. I would love to see Mario Odyssey 2 or at least another full 3D platforming or maybe even a new 2D platforming experience from Nintendo in the Mario franchise. I would really love to see maybe a tease for Metroid Prime 4 if that would ever happen. Pikmin was announced by Shigeru Miyamoto-san not that long ago. So that could be a possibility. Even beyond that, a confirmation on whether or not Advance Wars is ever coming out would be cool.
Nice, yeah.
And I know that's the rumor I kind of hinted around about. But I don't know what future plans Nintendo could possibly have, because I mean, by and large, this machine, the Switch at this point, for first-party Nintendo games, this has become the Kirby system.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Are we how many Kirby games are there?
There's
so
one
many
coming out
year.
this month.
Yeah, and I'm excited for it. It's a remake of a Wii title nobody played.
I played it. I loved it.
That one was really good.
I 100% of that one. It was great.
But
I'll buy it.
I don't know, like Mario Odyssey 2, Metroid Prime Trilogy, or Metroid Prime 4. There was rumor that the Odyssey team was actually working on a Donkey Kong 3D platformer as well a couple of years ago, and I would be down for that. I don't know if that rumor ever saw like any kind of fruition or confirmation.
Man. That's what I really want. I want some more DK, honestly. Like, give me just Donkey Kong. Like, Tropical Freeze was an amazing game. I remember I bought that day one, and I just grinded through that game. It was hard as hell towards the end, but I loved it. So some more DK. I mean, like, and again, it's been 6 years since Mario Odyssey. Like, that's a big gap for mainline Mario game.
That's the biggest gap they've ever had in a mainline Mario game.
Yep.
Yeah,
What about you, Kimmy? Do you have anything you want from a direct?
I mean, you said all my stuff.
Confirmed? Sorry. I feel
you took all the ones I would want. There's nothing else really they could do.
GameCube
Star
games?
Fox 64 sequel. Yeah, GameCube Online. That'd be cool.
I mean, GameCube Online would be cool. Game Boy Online would be cool. Other than that, I mean, pretty much everything you listed, man. I mean, I want the Metroid trilogy. I just did the Prime hacks on my Steam Deck, so I can play 1, 2, and 3 pseudo remastered. You know what I mean? With some modern controls, because Nintendo's not going to give it to us.
Yeah.
Same with like Wind Waker, man. Maybe another Zelda, not port, remake like the Oracle games. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But I don't think we're gonna get any of that. I mean, I see that, like, if there's gonna be a direct, maybe an indie direct, if anything, because they do love them some indies.
Yep.
But everything else is, I mean,
we'll see. I mean, the as soon as the direct rumors come out, like, and start swirling, as they say, it's pretty well confirmed that there's a direct happening. It's just a matter of when. And yeah, February has always been a good direct month, and February is, I believe, when they announced the Switch. It was either January or Feb.
It was January, like 20th or 21st. They announced the Switch when that was a thing.
Yeah.
Nettist in the chat brings up Silk Song at an indie direct.
Oh yeah.
But I would almost argue Silk Song is so big, I don't think it would be an indie direct title. I think it would be a full-on direct title.
Well,
yeah.
Let me ask you this: because the eShop is closing for good for Wii U and 3DS in March? So, do you think we see any news on any other like virtual console or any of those titles maybe be announced in a February direct?
I don't know how they do it right with the one tablet.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have to do it portable mode for DS stuff. Like, that's only portable mode only. Use the lower, like, divide up the screen, like gameplay on the, like, turn it vertical, with the flip grip. That'd be cool. I just don't see them doing it.
Because that's a lot of games, man. There's a lot of games there that they're just going to lose.
But I mean, that's just what happens, and that's the risk. That's the risk that you take when you put stuff out on a console. I mean, eventually, like 10 years, 15 years from now, like, nobody's going to be really playing the Switch. Like, we're at the point now. Right. I was scrolling Instagram the other day, and there's a retro game reseller in Australia that I watched the reels of. Like, they pack the orders like DK oldies, but don't overcharge for them, like DK oldies. And the guy was like, "Yeah, we're just gonna pull some retro titles off the shelf," and he's pulling PS3 off the shelf, and I'm like, "What the like, that is
welcome to being old."
I was like, "There's no way." But
it was 2 generations ago.
It was 2006 when the PS3 came out, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's 17 years ago. Like, what the heck, dude?
Uh-huh.
PS3 can drive now, guys, in every state.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. Just wait till you listen to the radio and all the songs you heard in high school are now on the classic rock channel. That's fun.
I saw
That's always a good time.
it was pretty funny. I saw Liam, the developer for Curse to Golf. He tweeted, he was like, I just hung out with a UK 20-year-old that I met in a Kyoto bar, and I've never felt so old in my life. And I'm like, I guarantee it. Like, I can't imagine the level of cool that individual might be compared to us being in our 30s. Like, we will never be that cool ever again.
Disgusting. Well, speaking of cool, you know what else begins with C?
What's that?
Canceled.
Cortheed.
Oh, sorry.
Canceled. So we have a very specific thing to discuss for the news, or sorry, the topic of the week. It is a bit of a downer topic, but I think it's a very important one to address. So let's discuss why the show is getting canceled. So the year is 2023. Nerdwired's already left his chair. There's two people standing. We're right back. We're right back to where we were day one when we started. Oh no, he's still there.
I just wanted to look.
I know. So 2023 is a big year for several reasons, and one the word canceled has been floating around for quite a while. Let me quickly bring up some supportive imagery because I think this is very important to show a visual because this is huge news. And again, canceled is the year of the word of the year.
It is.
Check this out.
It is, man.
Sorry, wrong thing.
Oh.
I'm really bringing you along here. Is E3 canceled this year?
Oh my gosh.
So many heavy hitter names are skipping E3 this year, which is basically the final nail in the coffin here for E3.
Yeah.
E3 has had a troubled history over the last couple of years, especially with the pandemic. And I mean, Summer Games Fest was taking the place of that, thanks to Jeff Keighley. But Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo are not participating in E3. So is this the point where E3 finally fizzles out and is inevitably canceled? Is the show canceled? Is this show canceled? See, there's no clickbait here,
this
folks.
This show will be canceled. This show that is the Electronic Entertainment Expo is canceled. No, I'm fully behind that. Like, here's the thing: is like E3 has not been the same realistically since 2017, which was gaming's biggest year since like the heyday, I feel like. But when you look at the past couple of years, like, I can't tell you one presentation that was tied in with E3 that wasn't something else, that wasn't Summer Games Fest by Jeff Keighley or whatever. Like, I can't think of anything. What was labeled E3 the past 2 years?
Nobody's heard about it. And now with all the big names like coming out and confirming that they're skipping it, like all those three guys are playing ball together and saying, you know what? Time to move on from that. I think June is still a great time frame to announce things. Everybody looks forward to that mid-year slot. It's just not going to be called E3 anymore because it's not going to be done under the E3 banner.
Nintendo didn't last year. They skipped out.
Yeah, I know. They skipped out the entire thing. So,
like, they didn't even do Summer Games Fest. They did no announcements. It took until like August before they said anything.
I know. They had nothing to show though. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors that killed E3. One, the worldwide panini that kind of put the old kibosh on everything because there were nothing was getting developed. I mean, if it was slow to a crawl.
Oh, plague! I understand. I was sitting here trying to piece together panini. I was like, "What's panini?"
Like, I'm hungry all of a sudden.
Yeah. I mean, but like, there you had the pandemic. You had people working from home, so that kind of slowed things down. Jeff Keighley came along and said, Summer Games Fest, Joe, let's pick everybody's spirits up. We got this. It's going to be a kick-ass thing. It was good. And then the next year it was like, hey, E3 is going to be here we go. And it wasn't good. I honestly wanted Summer Game Fest. You know what I mean? It was, as much as we all rag on Jeff Keighley, the man puts on a show.
He does.
I mean,
he does. And he loves the production side of it. Like he tries to go out and get star power. He tries to like make sure that it is a production, that it's on par with everything else every other production has done in the past. But for some reason, like from a marketing standpoint, he seems to do it a lot better, because like anyone who's in charge of these boards, whether it be for E3 or even GDC, Gamescom, PAX, like it's all the old heads trying to do the same thing. And it's like, this is not the production that people are looking for nowadays. They want it public, not private. They want to experience it. I'm like, I don't know. Like I am all A-okay with there being a different event that's not E3, that's on their own. The thing that I want to make sure of is that there is an event that's not E3, that's on their own, and it's not Twitter shadow drops. Like that's the thing that bothers me more than anything. I want some production. Well, I want some glamour, some spectacle.
Where do you guys see? So let's say E3's done. It's put the nail in the coffin. It's done. The next thing for me would be, does PAX remain a thing? What is stopping PAX from just going, let's just go all online now? It worked, like who's to say Keighley doesn't just start going after that?
I think that's a possibility, but I think PAX, they would really be turning their back against their crowd. I mean, like I've been to one PAX, which was PAX Oz in 2014. Ambi and I went to that together. And it's more of just like a trade show for people to go to experience things and check out demo kiosks and stuff like that. I mean, that's actually, we went in 2016 as well. It's fine, but that's not really the place where you announce it. But then again, that is a public forum for people to go and experience things. All they need to do is book out a theater for something else other than panels or whatever, and say, here's this new announcement. But at the same time, like Nintendo was really smart to get ahead of the curve here in 2012 or 2013 with their Nintendo Directs. That was really smart, because that allows them to announce their own things on their own terms and not have to wait until the June timeframe. And of course, Sony has done their own state of play, whatever, and Microsoft, I don't know what they do, but like most of the big wigs now have their own thing. And, they like to get on board and, get on the hype train with the E3 announcements and stuff like that. But it's just not a thing. Like the state of the world has absolutely changed over the last now 3 years. So that sense of normalcy that we had pre-2020 never happened again. Never. It's changed too much.
I think that stuff like PAX, MagFest, all those jams are going to be fine. Because kind of like what Eric's saying, like it is an experience, it's not a showcase. Like it is an experience, not a showcase. Whereas E3, they have that, but you don't experience that unless you are press most of the time. Right. So like you see the showcase side of it, not the experience. I will tell you, like when I was working at GameStop, we had yearly GameStop conference, and it was a lot like something that you would see at E3's side of things. Like I entered into a Super Smash Bros. Tournament with Nintendo, won that tournament, and in the final round of that tournament ended up playing, probably before most anyone else in the world, the first touching of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Nice.
That's cool.
And it was a very cool experience, and I don't want to see that go away, and I don't think it will, because that is something you can't convey through an internet Twitch stream. So I think those things are a little more protected. To kind of get back to your question, KB,
do you remember the Nintendo World Championships? Like they brought that back in 2015.
I lost my mind.
That was so cool. Look, Amber and I, we were watching that.
Kevin Pereira was the referee for my match during the Smash tournament.
Cool.
Like, it was crazy.
Really cool.
He gave me heck. He asked me if I knew how to even jump in that game, and I was like, "Yeah, you press up or X. Like, get out of here." But anyway,
you know how to have a consistent TV show on G4? No, you don't.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, it kind of if you look at it that way, I mean, Jeff Keighley came out on top, man. He was the only one out of all those people who had a manager. And look where he's at now. I mean, you know what I mean?
Zach Brown had a manager.
Well,
Zach Brown. I don't know if you remember Zach Brown. He was during Attack of the Shows like breakdown for pop culture stuff, and he went and did his own band stuff. That's what he focused on.
The Zach Brown band?
Zach Brown band.
Is that him?
Yep. Yeah, that's him.
No shit. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, that's two people
go.
then. Two people did all right. But like, I as far as E3, man, I don't know. I mean, if you look at, you
Sarah
watch.
Jean Underwood, she did okay for herself.
I mean,
Adam Sessler.
I would too.
Oh yeah, Adam Sessler doing so good over
Yeah,
there.
Sessler, he's killing it, man. He's killing it, but-
game reviews?
When you say killing it, you mean his career?
Yeah, he's killing it, dude.
But what was I going to say? E3. If you look at any content creator that has gone to E3, they all say it was a utter shit show to get in, to get tickets for it, to even get the stuff aligned.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Sorry, my camera started unfocusing. I'm not like holding my hand up like, stop.
I'm not gonna cry. I promise.
It's very sad to know that like even in the heyday of E3, it was really hard for just content creators, people in the industry to get into.
Mm-hmm.
And that was supposed to be who it's supposed to be catered to, people in the industry. So,
Yep.
I mean, kind of. I'm not sad if it goes. I mean, it was the only reason I knew about E3 was G4. Their coverage of it hyped it up so much that I was like, yeah, I need to watch it every year.
And anyone in the public knew.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, I care less. I mean,
It was called something else prior to being E3 too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was good.
I mean,
so, okay, with that being said, so let's just say E3 dies this year. What's your favorite E3 memory? And I'll tell you mine straight up. It was when Super Smash Brothers for the Wii, which was Super Smash Brothers Brawl, was still being teased. I remember in 2007, I would go to smashbros.com every day. I'm not kidding. Like every day they would have an update every day. Man. And some days it would be a new character. And I would absolutely flip my lid over seeing the new characters. I remember like around that time having the Pokemon trainer reveal, a Solid Snake being revealed. That was awesome. But I think it was E3 2005 or 2006 when they announced the Wii or something like that, and they were showing off Super Smash Brothers Brawl. This was like in the early days of YouTube as well. Like I was all over that, watching all the videos, and I remember watching the E3 stream at that point. It was so cool to be a part of that. And that's not a thing anymore. And you know, it's really difficult for me to even watch the E3 conferences because of the time difference. So like I have to get up at like 1, 2, 3, 4 a.m. to watch these conferences. And if I'm going to stream them, which I have, that's like impossible for me to do because I'm just so damn tired. But you know, like 20 years ago, that was a really great time to be an E3 fan.
Yeah.
Where the hell did the time go? Why am I so damn old?
I ask myself that every day I get up and everything cracks and creaks.
I think my favorite E3 memory, because I've always been a really big Nintendo fanboy. And it was being showcased on G4 at the time. I was watching it on G4, and Reggie Fils-Aimé had just taken over as Nintendo of America's president, 2004. And the very first thing he says when he comes up on stage is I'm about kicking, I'm about taking names, and we're about making games. And like that shed everything around the stigma that Nintendo only makes family-friendly titles and push them into this new stratosphere of an inclusive, experimental, this is an in-your-face Nintendo. They did what Sega could not anymore.
Yes. They were edgy.
And it was cool. And Reggie goes on to just, in my mind, best Nintendo president of all time because he was so involved with his community and so in your face and so present. Like, I like Doug Bowser, met the guy, old Dougie, he's a good guy, but the Fiesinator is just absolutely, in my mind, the best electronics representative ever.
100%.
Ever. And that was my favorite moment.
I'll tell you what, dude, if you want to honor the big R, if you go to your local Pizza Hut, you can get the pizza that he created for Pizza Hut, the Big New Yorker. It's back for a limited time only.
Yep.
So if you want to honor them still, you can, play anything from 2004 on,
You should have done that instead of dominoes, dude. My God.
I thought about it, but that was a game time decision.
His book is really good.
I want to buy it.
It's really good.
Yeah, same.
I recommend it. If you're not going to read it, buy it on Kindle. Like, not a sponsor, but like, go do it. Like, it is really good. I read through it back when it released. I pre-ordered that book.
Oh yeah.
But I will tell you guys, like, for those of you that don't know, it is a business memoir with some anecdotes around his life. It's not a biography necessarily. It is a business memoir.
It's not Nintendo like behind the scenes. Like, it's something else.
No. Yeah, it is about everything from his like coming up and learning how to be a businessman.
Yep. So it's sad. It's a sad state of affairs, but I mean, like, nothing lasts forever.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to know that times are different, and most companies and publishers and developers and all that stuff are taking their future into their own hands and doing their own showcases. And like Yacht Club Games had their own showcase like not long ago.
Yeah.
Where they
Devolver does a good one.
Yeah.
Yacht Club's another good one.
So everybody's just doing their own thing now, and because prior to E3 getting canceled, like straight up, I think most developers were kind of secure in showcasing things off, but like once E3 got canceled that 1 year, I think it was 2020. There's just nothing that's totally set in stone now that people want to rely on, so they're just going to do their own thing, do their Twitter shadow drops and all that stuff. So it's a different world now, different environment.
I'll tell you what. I'll miss it a little bit just because of the I took a break from gaming for a little bit and got back into it when the Switch came out. So I remember their big E3 with Animal Crossing, man. I lost my mind. So that was man. That's the only thing I'll miss is stuff like that. Otherwise, I care less, man. Give me the Keeleys all day.
Yep.
I have to agree.
Show me.
I have to agree.
You guys ready to wrap this up?
Let's wrap this up. I've got one more topic for us to discuss, and this is a really cool one. So check this out. So for our wrap up, I thought it'd be really cool to ask you guys, what is the handiest thing that you own? Like, what's the thing, like if you leave the house, you check in your pockets, like, oh no, I don't have this, or it's like, oh, I forgot to bring this in the car, or something like that. What's your go-to thing that you have to have on you that if you forget it, it's going to ruin your day?
I would say my wallet, but I hardly ever bring that with me anywhere anymore. Probably my phone, man, because like it's information at my fingertips.
That's so easy. That is a go-to. Like, I need that phone. I need my wallet. But like the extra thing, this is my pastime. Like, Courtney will send me to go pick up groceries, and we pay for that Walmart where you can pull up and they'll bring them into your car for you thing. And if I don't take that, my entire day's ruined because I'm sitting there for 45 minutes waiting sometimes because they forget I'm out there. And I have nothing to do, but like Game Boys have always kind of been like my comfort object. Like, it used to be the Game Boy Micro for a long time after I got it, and then I swapped to an SP because it was just a little bit bigger, more comfortable. And then I was like, Game Boy Color is kind of my go-to, but no, like Analog Pocket, that's become my like go-to comfort, most useful object that I have. It distracts me from the world, pulls me out of the mess of just like reality. I don't have to sit there and doom scroll through Facebook for 45 minutes. Like,
see, I like doom scrolling, man.
Oh my God.
I love it. I love it. I play games when I'm home, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll doom scroll all day. I don't play games when I'm not at home or on an airplane anymore because I get too paranoid. I like get robbed or something, man.
I don't have enough anything of value anyway. Like, it's just like,
dude, you have an Analog Pocket. That's a value.
They don't care about that. I'm too paranoid. I have to like, doom scroll Facebook and then like check my surroundings. Like, oh, who's looking at me? Your phone is more valuable than an analog.
I have been the one
say that much.
Where Amber she's like nudging me. She's like, somebody's here. Somebody's trying to get in. Like, I've had that happen before. That happened at like 2, 3 a.m. Awful. So it wouldn't happen while you're playing games during the day. Put it that way.
Yep. Well.
We'll see.
I mean, I've been robbed at knife point.
I've been robbed at the gas station.
Back when I was busking my way back up America, playing the CCR hits.
Oh my God.
Some dude wanted my guitar. Like it was.
You wanted
like,
your guitar and Credence, man.
He did. He's like, "You want to buy my crack?" And I was like, "No, thank you. Don't want your crack." And he was like, "Then I'm taking your guitar." And I was like, "No, you're not." And then he stabs me, and I stabbed him back, and I ran. If you want details on that, that might be it later.
He goes, so anyway, I started spraying.
Yes. It's crazy. It's crazy. Hated that. That's what I almost got. I don't take my instruments out. Like, no.
Yeah.
People see that as more valuable than a
for sure.
Game Boy. Like,
yeah.
For sure. I'll give you mine. This is something that I've actually thought about, and it's not keys necessarily, but it's something that holds keys. And if I don't have this in my pocket, I'll freak out. And this is what spawned this topic, because I'll frantically check my pocket for this. And this is something called an orbit key. And this is really cool. Amber bought this for me it was Christmas 2018 or 17. So she got me two things at Christmas. It was this orbit key, and it was a voucher to get my lad tattoo recolor, because it faded. It had no color left. So I had that recolored a few years ago. Yeah. But this thing, I tell you what, I love this thing. And this is such a practical thing, because it takes your spare keys off of your car keys. And I used to have old keys. So like, this is the key to the shop that I work at. This is a house key. This is a sensor key that I use to get into the parking garage and stuff. Mm-hmm. It is so handy to just have this little key holder, tuck it in your pocket, and then away you go. I just think it's so clever. Yep. It's so cool. I love it.
I really like that. If I have more keys, I have a fob for my car, and I have a house key. And the house key that's on there isn't even to the house I live in.
Whoop.
It's an old house that I lived in. I haven't taken it off. I just don't leave. But we have digital locks on the house and everything. So we get notifications if anyone comes in, comes out. Like it's good. Like, I don't need keys in my life anymore, but.
Well, it makes sense for me, because like sometimes if Amber needs the car, like I don't lose all my building keys or house keys or something like that. So like I have these
fancy.
We have ways, but the only problem is I don't have spares of some of these. So there you go. And Shiny Bird in the chat says, I didn't know tattoos fade. Yes. Oh yeah. When I had this tattoo done originally, my lad tattoo, I had it done in 2011.
Yeah,
it faded. Like all the colors were gone, and everything but the outline was done. So I had to.
I didn't add color, but even the outlines have like blown out a little bit over the years. Yeah, I had this done. I mean, if Mrs. Nerdwire's out there in the chat, she can correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like it was like 7-8 years ago.
Yeah.
All of mine faded except for the one on my upper right arm, and I think another one maybe. But they fade. It's sun, man.
Yeah.
If you get tan, your tattoos are toast. Yep. Goodbye.
That's it. That's probably why my green one's so vibrant still, because it's usually hidden behind a sleeve.
That's how this one up here is.
There you go. Well, I have one more thing to bring to the show. Is canceled. I'm kidding. We want to thank everybody for watching and listening, of course, and thank you all to those of you who listen after the fact. We had just shy of 20 downloads here for the last episode, which I uploaded later in the week anyway. That's my bad. The stats again for the last 7 days. Let's double check where our location information was, because I always like to tell this. Melbourne, city number 1. London, England, number 2. Rancho Cucamonga. Camden, South Carolina. Catlettsburg, Kentucky. Frankfurt, Germany. Gavelbourg County, Pennsylvania. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Mount Sterling, Kentucky. So we're all over. And we got a couple downloads in Ireland, Puerto Rico, Singapore, Germany, Australia, UK, US, Czechia. This is all in the last week. So thank you for listening. And thank you for the person who gave us another 5-star on Spotify. So we have 19 5-stars on Spotify.
Hey,
that's awesome.
I haven't checked the Apple stuff. I want to quickly check the Apple, because I like to look into that and see where we're trending. If you guys listen on Apple, please give us a 5-star, or give us a review or whatever. I would love to hear what you guys think. It looks like just Bullfrog left us a review on there, so thank you.
Hell yeah.
So yes, 2 5-star ratings. Please give us more so we can
Thinkable frog.
grow some more. Anyway, any final thoughts today for episode 29? This is my golden episode.
I want to live. I feel so sick.
Don't forget your towel.
Don't forget your towel. There you go. We're going to our post show notes. Thanks everybody for watching and listening. We're going to be live for a couple more minutes. I'm going to tee up a raid to a very special streamer. Don't go anywhere.
Bye.